Hello everyone. Welcome to the Digitech Dialogue. I am Arpit Gupta. The Digitech Dialogue series is an initiative of ET Government, the Economic Times. This is an interactive show with bureaucrats on different milestones in their digital transformation journey. In this series, senior government officials give an insight of digital innovations and use of new technologies by their department or the ministry. Today, on behalf of ET Government, the Economic Times, I welcome Mr. Nanda Kishore Reddy, CEO, Apita, Andhra Pradesh Electronics and Information Technology Agency, and Managing Director, APTS, Andhra Pradesh Technology Services Limited, Information Technology and Electronics and Communication Department, Government of Andhra Pradesh. Welcome, Mr. Reddy.
Thank you, Mr. Arpit. Thank you for inviting me to Digitech. It's an honor for me.
For the audience, Mr. Reddy is a 2008 batch IIS, the Indian Information Service Officer. He is responsible for investment promotion for IT and electronics sector in Andhra Pradesh. Mr. Reddy held various Government of India positions in the past, including OSD2 Minister for Commerce and Industry, where he had contributed towards developing export promotion strategies, trade analytics, market access, internal trade promotion, promotion of startups, etc. He had also served in the Ministry of Civil Aviation, Ministry of Urban Development, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting in various other capacities. Prior to this, he worked in software industry for 8 years. These diverse portfolios have accorded him immense experience in various facets of both the private sector and the government. Mr. Reddy, in his current capacity, is playing an important role in the investment promotion and e-governance initiatives being undertaken in the state of Andhra Pradesh. APTS, that provides consultancy, procurement services, implementation support to the government entities for their ICT initiatives, while Apita, being the investment promotion agency, is responsible for implementation of both IT and electronics policies. Hailing from Kapara district in Andhra Pradesh, Mr. Reddy holds Bachelor of Technology degree in Electronics and Communication Engineering from Jawaharlal Nehru University, Hyderabad. He authored a book titled Ethics, Integrity and Aptitude, published by McGraw-Hill Education. He was also awarded Web Ratna Platinum Icon Award by Ministry of Communications and IT Government of India for the work done in the field of new media for the year 2014. I once again welcome you, Mr. Reddy, and let's begin the conversation.
Thank you, Mr. Arpit. That's an elaborate introduction. So, yes, thank you.
Sir, my first question to you is, what are your priorities and mandate as the CEO of Epita? As I said, Epita is an investment promotion agency of Government of Andhra Pradesh. So, what are your priorities?
So, this Apita is responsible for getting investments from both IT and electronic sector. The electronic industry is having cutthroat competition throughout the world. Even the countries are competing themselves. Like China is the biggest manufacturing hub for electronics. Likewise, India is to be like a China and wants to become biggest electronic manufacturing hub. Various interventions by MIT are already in place. So likewise, Vietnam is there, Taiwan is there. So there is a competition between the countries. So once you come to India, action starts within the states. So there is a cutthroat competition between the states also. So my priority will be obviously how to get investments from different countries, obviously, to India. And after coming to India, certain company, how to get it to Andhra Pradesh, obviously. So what to do for that? For IT promotions, what should I do? And what to do for this electronics, to setting up of this electronic manufacturing industry within the state of Andhra Pradesh. For that, actually, we have come up with many policies and all. So obviously, my priority is getting investments, and largely we have succeeded in getting investments into the state of Andhra Pradesh.
Sir, as you said, your basic priority and your mandate is to attract investment from across the world, global players, and we have come to know that many international players and countries have shown their interest to invest in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Can you please elaborate who are the top possible investors and which sectors, as you said, electronics, CSDM sectors and areas are preferred for the investment by the industries?
We have formulated our IT and electronic policies in two different lines. For electronic industry, we have stepped into the investor shoes, what they need in the electronic sector. So what they need is actually, for IT, people can set up their IT industry in any part of the state or any part of the country for that. Actually, all they need is like actually a good kind of plug and play setup. Then people, obviously, then high speed internet connectivity, and then cyber security aspects and all these things. That's it. So it is like, just like we can start your industry at any point of time, at any place, basically. But electronics is not such that. Electronics, actually, we need for MSMEs, there will be separate needs. For big players, there will be separate needs. So there is a need to provide a complete infrastructure support. That is why, in our thinking, in our this thing, from the beginning, Andhra Pradesh has been maintaining that we are creating electronic manufacturing clusters. So we are following cluster-based approach for electronics, for getting investments into electronics. Like that, we have 4 different electronic manufacturing clusters within the state of Andhra Pradesh today. So no other state is having these many number of EMCs, maximum 1 or 2, that's it. But recently we have started YSR EMC in Kadapa. So that is the latest in our bucket. Remaining 3, actually 1 is at Sri City and 2 electronic manufacturing clusters are at Tirupati. So at these places, what we did is, like, actually the world's largest OEM like Foxconn, they have come to Sri City. World's largest ODM like Wingtech, they have come to Tirupati EMC. So likewise, Sunny Oppo is there. To answer your question, what kind of players are coming and what kind of players have already come up? Foxconn is there, Foxlinks is there, then Sunny Apotec, the camera lens manufacturer. So likewise, Carbon is there, TCL is there, biggest panel manufacturer in the world. So you name, these are the very big players in the entire world, basically. So Foxconn itself is accounted for 40% of your electronic manufacturing capacity in the world, entire world I am talking about. So like this, so once these big players are come into the state, so then what next? After that, actually, they need suppliers. Right now, many of their supplier base is either in Taiwan or either in China or Vietnam. So our next point is actually to get this supplier list for each of these companies and approach them and get them. One option for them is entire this logistics cost. Anyway, it is win-win for both for assembly guy and component manufacturing, because he need not get his suppliers, he need not source his components from somewhere from different country altogether, like when those components are readily made available next to him. So likewise, this cluster approach has given us results. That is why actually we came up with a 4th YMC, that is 4th electronic manufacturing cluster recently in Kadapa. So that is electronics part. Apart from this, obviously, yes, we are also offering many kinds of incentives. We are offering PLI apart from the countries, India's PLI that is offering. It is, we are doubting that PLI offered by MIT. The state offers PLI to those. Certain conditions are there. Actually, they need to invest at least 100 crore, 1,000 employment should be there, something like that. But anyway, so so this way, definitely we are creating supplier base at one place. We are creating all internal infrastructure. What they need, like effluent treatment plants, then testing labs, internal infrastructure, roads, and then all these things. Apart from that, Andhra Pradesh is blessed with 974 kilometers of coastline. So that is a natural advantage, because all these things, maximum of electronic goods are for exports. So we do have 6 ports in the state of Andhra Pradesh, and 6 international, 3 international airports and 3 domestic airports within the state. So this is where actually entire ecosystem is there already, and slowly actually we have already built up this ecosystem. Right now we have filled all these 3 EMCs. The 4th one is right now, that is the first EMC to get approval from MIT under EMC 2.0 scheme. So that is the first in the entire country. So like that, we are anyway in the electronic sector. Actually, we are going miles ahead than any other state, that I can say. Now coming to IT sector. See, while formulating IT policy, same thing. Going back to the investors' needs and all. So we have focused on what they need. One is they need skilled infrastructure. Skilling they need. Second thing, infrastructure should be there, like plug and play space or the land or whatever, physical infra I'm talking about. Third one is digital infrastructure, like whether the fiber is there to the point of plug and play space and all or not. So whether security aspects of being taken care of. So all these things. So we have provided all these things in our policy. Like we are coming up, we came up in fact actually with 30 skill development colleges across the state. So there we are skilling our own boys and girls so that actually they will become industry ready. This applies for both the IT and electronic sector. In electronic sector, 95% will be blue collar jobs. So we are focusing on ITAs, polytechnic students and all these things so that actually they can directly pick up from their colleges. And the same lines, we are also going to engineering colleges within the state, and we are, after their engineering and all, so we are giving industry ready training to them at our in the skill colleges that we have already set up. So that way, it is already we are given each and in a platter. Actually, we are given what they need. So that means actually it is easier for taking decisions for any investors in both IT and electronics. So these are the some of the initiatives that. So apart from that, see, it is a overall process reforms are there. We came up with single window system. Like definitely some investors coming from some foreign country, they don't know our laws and actually what should we do, building, how to get building permission, how to get power, how to get water, and all these things actually. So that's why actually to make their life easier. So we have come up with a single window system. So this is one initiative in e-governance also. Andhra Pradesh is the state known for its e-governance initiatives. That as a MD APTS, I have to ensure all these e-governance initiatives in place. So those are enablers for me as CEO Apita. In fact, for investors, basically, yes.
Sir, right. What are the e-governance and ICT initiatives undertaken by the Apita to ensure transparency and efficiency? Can you please elaborate?
First and foremost is we have made our e-office system possible in all government offices. Like nowhere in Andhra Pradesh you will see a physical files right now. So everything right from a section officer to right from Honorable CM Garu. So everybody uses e-offices. So we have introduced a digital signature system. So that way everything is fast and everything is transparent. So that is one kind of e-governance system put in place. Second thing, so we came up with different types of authentication services like Aadhaar eKYC services and then AUA, KUA services, all these things. So that the beneficiaries, whatever for different DBT schemes or something. So identification of beneficiary is easier, and then how to the transfer the amounts or how to give the benefits to them is that becomes actually transparent throughout the state. So that way actually Andhra Pradesh nowadays is coming up with so many welfare schemes. Everything is going through these initiatives. So apart from that, so we came up with SD-WAN solution throughout the state. That means software-defined WAN. So this is the first state in India to come up with SD-WAN solution. So there is no other state or within this till mandal level. Actually, I have complete this setup right from secretariat to mandal level. There is one connectivity. Complete MPLS system is in place right now. So that actually all the government offices are within this MPLS system. So that is one kind of e-governance. So apart from that, we are coming up with many payment gateway solutions, and then scan is there. So likewise, there are many solutions apart from these things. Like I said just now, a single window clearance system. So all these things are there.
Let me also understand the challenges, sir. As we know, the entire world, including our country, is reeling under the COVID-19 unprecedented pandemic crisis. What has been your major challenges during the last 18 months, and what challenges were faced by the industries, those who have set up their units and established their infrastructure in the state of Andhra Pradesh? How did you tackle that?
Right. So the challenges faced by both the industries are different. Basically, IT industry has faced certain challenges, and the electronic industry has faced different kind of challenges. So coming to electronic sector, so electronic sector is not recognized as a mandatory sector. So people had to close down their manufacturing units. That is first thing. So initially that didn't impact much, but after a prolonged this thing, people, the industries were even after opening the manufacturing units also. So it was running on 25% capacity, 50% capacity for a long time. So that impact actually right now we are seeing. So because there is a chip shortage throughout the world, That happened. Why this happened? Because initially they have stopped manufacturing for a certain time. After that, staggering like 25%, 50, and whatever, actually they have started manufacturing. So after this, actually we have getting shortage on chips or shortage on components. All these things happen. Suddenly, at the same time, demand has grown up. This is from IT side, because everybody has to sit in their homes. So suddenly, work from home concept has come up. So everybody is working from home. Every student is attending their schools or colleges from the homes. So that way, definitely hardware, the utilization of hardware, that suddenly maybe it is a laptop, maybe it is a mobile phone, everything, actually the demand has grown up on one side. On the second side, actually we have seen the shortage of components and all. So apart from that, suddenly then after that, the company started prioritization. So obviously the high-end products where they will obviously they will get more and more this thing. They were started manufacturing that first instead of coming to students and all. That way, right now, if you see the market, prices have gone up 100% for electronic goods. In the state of Andhra Pradesh, there is one scheme called Amavadi, where I need to give to the students of government schools 10 lakh laptops, basically. That was the scheme. So I floated one RFP and all as MD APTS. So then I started realizing that actually 10 lakh laptops, the capacity itself is not there with any of the player. Right now, I spoken with being Group CEO of Apita, I know all of these guys, Foxlinks, Foxconn, all these things. I spoken with everybody. Like, so can you give us, can you source your components and from different products? Everybody actually said it will take 1 year right now. So that is why pandemic has created definitely a problem in electronic industry. It's not only electronic industry. Like if you see the cars and all, everybody is using nowadays IoT devices. Whatever our device, anyway, actually there are manufacturers of this electronic components itself. So every industry has faced certain challenges because of this pandemic. So obviously, after a certain time, we have started opening our manufacturing units. We have given full permission to them, so that actually they started the complete operations within the state of Andhra Pradesh. Definitely, only for a very minimal time, the units were closed completely. So after that, actually, every unit got ready and they were manufacturing there. Coming to IT. There are multiple challenges. Like actually, if people have started working from home, so there is shortage of internet. There is shortage of that whether that secure environment, can we create the secure environment? That is one challenge, biggest challenge. The third thing is hardware, obviously. So everybody has to get their hardware and all. So here is where actually our policy has chipped in. So to address that, we came with concept of three innovative ideas. One is work from home, incentive on work from home. So where government of Andhra Pradesh will give certain incentives to those working from home, so that actually they can buy office, whatever, if they want to buy a laptop, or if they want to buy a dongle, or whatever, whichever office chair and these things actually. So Andhra Pradesh from government side, actually we are offering certain incentives from work from home concept. So that actually, that is a breathing space that we gave to our employees here. Second thing is work from hometown concept. Here, so this is a innovative idea that got recently we have introduced, where we have identified as a pilot project. We have identified 25 centers within the state, so that actually we are coming up with all the facilities, plug and play office space, so that anybody that short of, like actually they feel like office environment is not there. If people are working from home, there are certain disturbances, obviously. So their BC facility is not there, something like that. So these people can start coming to these centers, which are located in their own space, own place, so that actually they can start working from there. So that is one. Third one is gigs. We are giving incentives to freelancers who are getting the projects and actually developing or whatever, delivering the projects by themselves without any help from somebody else, without working in a formal environment. So that for those people also, our government has given certain incentives in the IT policy. So that way, so whatever the effects that COVID has brought in, so we try to nullify in our IT policy. So that way, I think that's why initially I said both IT and electronic policy have come out after much thought through and after incorporating all these elements.
Right. Thank you for sharing these insights, sir. Government of India is laying emphasis on two of its flagship programs. One is the Make in India program, and other is the Atmanirbhar Bharat. So I would just like to understand, how are you contributing to these two flagship programs of the Government of India?
See, what is Make in India? So one way, by attracting these companies from foreign land and getting them manufactured here itself is nothing but Make in India. By that way, actually, we have already filled up 3 electronic manufacturing clusters. And right now, so Andhra Pradesh boasts of producing highest number of mobiles. We are manufacturing a mobile each second here from here. So that caters not only to the population of India, but also we are catering to the population of world also. So that is one. For this prelude is actually we created that whatever ambient ecosystem and all these things. So that way definitely dovetailing this Government of India's policy. Obviously, they have introduced PLIs for many sectors. So dovetailing that. So we have also introduced the same thing, PLI in certain sectors. So that actually, so that is attractive component for definitely this manufacturing sectors. That is why actually people are getting attracted to the Andhra Pradesh and setting their shops here. That is one. Next is Atmanirbhar Bharat. Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliance. So self-reliance, see, so the answer lies in the initiatives that I have already explained in the earlier question. So all those things obviously leads to self-reliance. So I need not explain further on that.
Right. Moving next, sir, as you also hold the charge of Managing Director of APTS, and APTS provides consultancy, procurement services, implementation support to the government entities for their ICT initiatives. What are your priorities as the MD of APTS?
So as you said, APTS is technology arm of the Government of Andhra Pradesh. See, as a technology arm, APTS has had the legacy of 35 years. So that means, so APTS has started when at the genesis of IT industry. It has seen the entire development of IT industry as such in India. That way, the people of APTS who are working here has seen how IT industry has come out of its age, obviously. So right from the basic computer data entry mode to now artificial intelligence and IoT. So all these projects actually are being done by APTS in one simple word. Like I said earlier, in the state, entire infrastructure, IT infrastructure, e-governance initiatives, everything is done by APTS. Complete backbone services like your state data centers, like your software-defined WAN, like your VC setup, like cyber security, like digital signatures, like ERPs, you name anything. So all these e-governance initiatives are being done by APTS. APTS has been into procurement of these hardware items, that is one. Providing this consultancy services. And third thing is like service integration also. Right now, we are moving that from these two platform-enabled systems. Like actually, we are coming up with one single platform, like e-commerce platform, let us say. There we are coming up with one interesting project called G-Card, government card in lines of public card kind of thing, where only government officials can buy. So all the electronic goods, let us say. See, recently we are moving towards that platform-enabled services. Like I said, G-Card is one such thing. Second is APTS RX Telecare. As you said recently in the last question, we discussed about COVID. So what are its effects on that? So, being a technology arm, we do have our video components set up till mandal level. As I said, SD-WAN provides connectivity till mandal and these levels, right? So that way, what if we can provide this video consultancy through our own already existing infra? So that is the idea behind this APTS RX Telecare. That is one initiative. We have clubbed with one company called RX Telecare in USA, which is renowned for its providing this consultancy in healthcare system. So as in COVID, actually no doctor was like actually that distancing and you know about this thing. So people are not coming to doctors anyway. Actually, doctors couldn't treat their patients. So all these things, to address all these things, we could come up with this system so that actually where we can provide this video consultancy system at their own place. We did a pilot project in one district in Andhra Pradesh, and it got done well. So that actually from the next, if at all, right now the COVID cases are come down. So from if at all by God forbid if something happens and the COVID cases rise, then definitely we can address to this platform.
Sir, moving next, I would also like to understand what is the future roadmap of Apita for creating bigger infrastructure around IT and electronics, and also creating more employment opportunities for the citizens of Andhra Pradesh.
Right. From Apita side, we are coming up with 3 concepts. It is so which is we have identified 1,000 to 2,000 acres at 3 places. Let us say one is at Vizag, one is near to Bangalore, one is near to Chennai in Tirupati, basically. So that actually in the same manner like EMCs, we are coming up with all internal infrastructure which IT industry needs. So IT industry can come and set up their industry within that space. So that way, very shortly we are going to come up with this one of the IT constituencies. That is one. And in electronics, actually, as I said, just recently we have started this YSR EMC, where the all internal infrastructure is already over, and we have already built a ready-made factory. Sheds are already available. Power we are invoicing at 400 paise, which is very lowest in terms of comparison with any other states. So that way, we have already come up with one electronic manufacturing cluster in Kadapa right now. So on IT front, actually infrastructure, I'm talking about physical infrastructure. We are coming up with IT concepts. Likewise, so all these process reforms are already in place. These policies are already in place. So that way, I think Andhra Pradesh is ready for future investments.
Sir, please also shed light on the next big plans for APTS and Apita.
Yeah, next big plans, I just said actually APTS is moving towards this platform-enabled systems, where one way is e-commerce platform, payment gateway solutions. So idea is entire anything and everything that is happening within the domain of this e-governance, that must happen through these things. Also, the idea is actually to avoid duplication. Like the one solution is there with one department, let us say. And second department, most of the same solution can be useful, but these people are coming up with a different solution. So to avoid that, actually, APTS is coming up with one common platform, so that common platform can be used by many other, to the entire government, basically. So we are tying up with educational platform like Microsoft and all these guys. So so that actually these things, we'll enter into an MOU with these guys, so that actually that product can be reached out to many other departments to take. If they need that product, actually, they will opt for it, like that. So second big thing is like APTS RX Telecare, I just said. And Apita side, concept cities is the main thing. Work from hometown is second thing. Third thing is satellite centers, where we are developing a, in the same lines as work from hometown center. Let us say one big industry is there. Let us say, for example, take some Wipro or Infosys. If they want to set up a single unit of at their campus within the state of Andhra Pradesh, then first they need to buy land and they need to construct, and all these things. Actually, upfront investment cost is much. It is very. It will be very very big investment cost they need to incur. So to avoid that, we are identifying a satellite center kind of. So one building, let us say, with all the facilities, so that actually they can start with minimum of their employees. Let us say 30, 50 or whatever it is at one place, tier 2, tier 3 cities. So these are all our plans.
While we are heading towards the end of the conversation, my last question to you, Mr. Reddy, is where do you see the IT and electronics sector moving in next 5 years in the state of Andhra Pradesh? Size of the market and in terms of projects and infrastructure.
YSR EMC alone. So we have 540 acres of land, which is so 340 acres will be can be given out to industries. So out of this 340 acres, our aim is to attract at least 10,000 crores within this 340 acres and provide employment to at least 30,000 people there. So in that direction, we have already got certain companies like Dixon has come into that YSR EMC, and Carbon has come into that, and big players such as Fox Rings, and everybody is, we are in talks with them. So more than 20% of IT workforce in India currently working is from AP. Likewise, a third of Indian IT entrepreneurs in the Western world are from AP. I'm not talking about Telangana, it is from AP. So that way, definitely AP is a leader in both in terms of IT employment, in terms of IT entrepreneurship also. All we need to do is get them back to the state, come back to state. So that's what we are doing. Definitely, I think, so with our policies in place, with our infrastructure in place, definitely I'm confident that these people will come back, and definitely AP will become number one in both IT and electronics. Already, actually, it has got number one in EODB continuously for last 3 years and all. Those types of feathering caps are already there for AP. So it is, so definitely I don't have any doubt in getting AP in number one state in these two sectors in coming years.
Thank you, Mr. Nanda Kishore Reddy. It was really a great interaction with you. Our sincere thanks to you for accepting our invitation and making today's show wonderful. We wish you all the best for your future endeavors.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to showcase our state. Thank you. Thank you, ET.